Welcome back to round 4. Methodical here. And looking at our initial opening hand, things are not looking that great. Looks like we're going to have to continue mulliganing. But that's alright. This deck mulligans fairly well. And you can see here, this is a great 6. We've got all of our colors, a prism to start drawing cards multiple times, a couple removal spells. This is about as good as you can get with a 6. So we are very happy to keep this one. This Thought Scour basically tells us that we're playing against one of the blue-black Delver decks with a lot of Delve, and of course an Angler goes over. The Firebolt that we'd seen, we did put that on the bottom because we do want additional lands. Just thought I'd quickly point that out. And we're still on track, except he then plays this Angler right on turn 2. That is a very quick Angler. Thankfully, we have a way of dealing with it. We don't really want a 2-for-1 ourselves, but generally if they play a turn 2 Angler, it's really hard for them to play another Angler shortly thereafter, so we're going to be fine using both of our burn spells to get rid of this. We'll be able to get a Skyfisher down a little bit later if any Delvers come up. So we just want to make sure that this is off the board, especially when he doesn't have mana open available to counter one of our spells. So here we just go ahead, we kill his Angler, and we even get to play a Glint Hawk. So we're feeling pretty good. He's able to kill our guy, that's fine. It drew us a card essentially by bouncing the Prism. And we're just going to keep playing the value game, since mid-range is alive and well in Pauper. We were a little worried about him countering the Prophetic Prism, because I feel like that would have been in his best interest. Thankfully for us, he let that resolve, and then we're able to play a Glint Hawk. He does counter that one, but we just play another, so no problems there. He is going ahead and drawing a bunch of cards with Deep Analysis, but that's fine. We've got our draw engine going. Being able to flash back the Firebolt is great for us, getting our value while we can. We want to try and hold this journey in case another Angler comes along. Speaking of which, an Angler comes along. We would like some way of removing the Delver, and we're being pretty lucky today. Drawing in at Lightning Bolt gets rid of that. Journey is able to get rid of the Delver. We're a little worried about a counter spell here, which is why we played the Lightning Bolt first, but he let that resolve. So we go for it. He does have the counter. Unfortunate, but we'll live. We have 16 life. We can take 3 hits, no problem. At this point, we're just going to continue drawing cards, as this deck does that very well. We bounce the Secluded Steps, that way we can cycle that, and yeah, we just continue to draw lots of cards. I want to play the Skyfisher over Cracking the Clue. And basically, we've got 6 power of flyers in the air. All he has a Delver. After he draws his card, he doesn't have anything going on. So he just concedes, and we very quickly move on to the next round. Having a little bit of interaction to kill his guys goes a very long way in this matchup. Sideboarding, we've got a lot of great options against blue decks in general, since we're able to bring in all 3 Pyroblasts. And outside of that, I'm pretty sure we didn't really change much. Since he is playing black, he's going to be removing a lot of our creatures, so we don't want a Rally. We take that out, we take out a Prism, and we do take out 1 land. And we basically just bring in the 3 Pyroblasts. We don't really need anything else. Oh, we do bring in the Relic. That is going to be great since he's delving a lot. And we take out 1 Lightning Bolt. We do want to keep in the Screeches in this matchup, since they are able to trade with Delver. They don't have a lot of creatures, so we want to keep in the Sentinels. And yeah, that's how we run it in game 2. Our opening hand is great. We basically have we have 2 lands. We have enough burn to kill some Delvers, and if we combine it, we can kill an Angler, except we've got the Journey. So we've got Angler covered, we've got Delvers covered, We have a turn 1 play that's going to cycle itself, and we have a relic. This is the ideal hand. No Delver turn 1. Feels pretty good for us. We're able to resolve our relic without having to play the Windscarred Crag. And we're able to play this without it getting hit by any counterspell. We're able to continue to just take things out of his graveyard to slow him down from a very early angler, which is great for us. Here we could have played a Skyfisher to bounce a land just to get some pressure down, but felt like it wasn't necessary. I didn't Lightning Bolt at the end of his turn, because I would like to get the Firebolt down first. The extra damage on this one may come relevant later. This time he does get rid of the Prophetic Prism, which is unfortunate for us, but that's alright. We're just going to keep trying to slam things. He continues to have counterspells, but eventually he is going to run out of counterspells. We've got enough things that are all must counters. We decide to run out the Sentinels just in case he's run out. Turns out he hasn't run out just yet. And we're still feeling pretty good about this since we've got multiple creatures covered with our hand. He plays a Delver, we kill it. We finally draw a Glinthawk so that we were able to start applying some pressure. And we want to bounce the Ancient Den over the Prophetic or the Relic of Progenitus because we do not want to get this countered when we go to replay it. So just a very easy choice there. He now has his black mana, so I'm expecting a Gurmag Angler if I don't pop the Relic. But because I have this Journey to Nowhere, I decide it's okay if he plays one of his Gurmags here. So I let him go ahead and do that. And getting the Palace Sentinel is great here. We want to run that out, and so that way if he counters this, that's fine. If he counters it, then we get to Journey to Nowhere his Angler without worrying about getting it countered. If he doesn't counter it, then we get Sentinels and we get to Journey to Nowhere his Angler. So we're feeling great now. Drawing Pyroblast will just help us seal the deal. Cashing in our expensive burn spell when we only want to cast the one spell this turn. We want to try and save as much burn as possible to finish the game quickly. And we're going to leave up Pyroblast in case he does anything we don't like. We do crack the Relic there, knowing that he's going to very likely use Ghastly Demise on one of our creatures, but we are okay with that. We did not want him getting additional value out of his graveyard. So we basically just play our Battle Screech, we flash it back. We just have all the things we could possibly want. He plays an Angler, but we don't really care because we have a lot of flyers. We managed to get another Journey to Nowhere. We're going to be crashing in for 6. So we don't quite have lethal here, but we will next turn. And there isn't really much that he can do here. Like he can Shrivel, sure, kills a couple of our guys, but we're going to hit for 4 and we're going to throw 2 Lightning Bolts at his face. So things turned out pretty lucky for us here in round 4. It was a fairly easy victory, and then we're just going to go on to round 5. See you there.